As a grounded masculine man, that's who I'm speaking to in my audience. That's who I hope you are. That's who I speak into the listening of, is that best version of yourself man out there that I assert we all want to be. That life, a man's world, man's life, is cold. It's harsh. It's isolated. Why? Because you got to build yourself up brick by brick, day by day, chopping the wood, putting in the work. You have to make something of yourself. Fellas, that's just is what it is. Now, there are some benefits to it. For my young brothers, you're going to feel it the most because you haven't had a lot of time on the clock. You haven't had the experience to build into yourself. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a masculinity architect, Duwayne This space right here is for men. I've got another channel, Building the Architect. Shout out. If you've got ladies that you want to be in their femininity, that, sisters, mothers, aunties, whatever, these modern women, hey, reach one, teach one. We got to be the change we want to see in the world. So pass them on to that channel. Let them get their knowledge. Live at 5 is on Monday for them. But that is what I'm all about. My study, my work is the divine masculine and feminine energy. If you're familiar with the content, if you've checked out what I put out, you know what I'm talking about. I spit it to you straight. First and foremost, I need you to go ahead and like. If you haven't already, drop the follow, subscribe. You don't want to miss this live at 5 every week. I'm always in the space, on position, doing God's work. By the way, I also got a free ebook up on the store, absolutely free. Really, it's called The Dance. And this is all about the dance of yin and yang, divine, masculine, and feminine energy. Pick that up. Dive into it. I'm very proud of that work, and it gives you a solid foundation to understand where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about. Applies to your relationships, applies to platonic friendships, familial, professional, all aspects, your communication. These universal laws are at play, y'all. Whether you know it or not, whether you understand it or not, if you ever heard about law of attraction, all these universal laws and principles, this is forgotten wisdom and knowledge that as much as you can pull out a screen and get all your information on social media, there's not a lot of people talking about this. Yeah, that's my niche. That's my sandbox. I love it. I love diving into it. So get all that you can. Pick up that free ebook. That'll give you the solid foundation of a base. In the meantime, right here, in this message right here, you're going to get what you need. So let's jump right in. This cold, harsh world that we go through, dog eat dog, competition. You can thrive inside of it. We can make greatness. That's the other side of the coin, is that the longer you keep going, fellas, it all pays off in the end. Why? Because masculine value, especially when we're talking to sexual dating market, masculine value only increases. You only become more valuable the longer you live. Honestly, just by default, because if you are able to survive, that genetically proves that you're of a certain standard. You can make it. You can understand. You are resourceful. A lot of people get tied up that, it's all about the money, right? That's one of the first big distractions. If you got money, it's easy. Yeah, it can be. If you are desperate, if you don't care about quality, if you're just worried about getting lucky, if sex, what I'm talking to, if for you that's a conversation of he got lucky, plug into this conversation. Because if that's the case, I've made content on it before, you've already missed the mark. See, as a grounded, mature, masculine man, the value that you bring to the table, being willing to lead, that is what masculine strength is all about, because we are conditioned by this hard life, this cold environment, by the isolation that nobody's going to love us. Nobody's going to hand out shit for us. As of today, present 2025, there are no campaigns, taking applications, government handouts to make it easier on men. What's the solution? Pull up your bootstraps, all that good shit, and just put in the work. It's do what you have to do. And that's the very fucking thing that makes you valuable. That's the very fucking thing that makes you indispensable, because you are so willing to be the bigger, broader, badder of the energy. Again, divine masculine energy. That's going to condition you for things and build value into yourself from the jump that on the other side of the coin, women don't have. They can, again, modern women, that conversation. There's nothing wrong with it. Let me also make you aware about divine masculine and feminine energy. This is not an on or off situation. We all, you, I, your boy right here, I have spent years embracing, flowing in my divine feminine energy, needing to soften my edges. I'm a girl dad, y'all. I got 2 daughters sitting out there at the table right now, getting their meal on. And how can you be prepared for that? How can I make those young ladies not end up in this same pissy dating pool? How can I make them the best that they can be if I can't tap into that feminine? So you have to understand, as a base, we all have both. Now, if you're walking in your masculine energy leads. All that cold, harsh, isolated environment, what feminine is not going to deal with, not going to put up with, not that they want to, right? They can if they have to. That's why they can be independent. That's why they can be strong. That's why we have so many conversations about modern women. The confusion with, don't let me get on soapbox, the confusion with the equality, the feminism conversations. The thing is, we've always been equal, but what's been forgotten is that we are completely fucking different. We are not the same. And these differences, it is what makes things valuable, what is rare, not easily found. Well, in the world of men, masculinity, what is rare, what is not found, softness, comfort, ease, peace, all the fluctuations of the emotional spectrum of life that us human beings feel. And that's what our feminine counterpart brings to the table that is of value. And there's been such a missing in today's society that's lost, because if we're all going for the same thing and we're all the same, where the fuck is the polarity? Polarity is the attraction. You're attracted to women. You can't put them down. You can't resist them, especially we're visual. We're drawn. Those cues catch it from across the street and you can't help but rubberneck and watch. It is what it is. It's a beautiful thing. I love the feminine. And if there's no polarity, if I can tell by the attitude, the demeanor, the facial expressions, the energy, the clothes, whatever it is, that you just like me. We boys. I might as well dap you up. My dog. No. Me personally, I'm not playing that game. I appreciate the polarity. I appreciate the complement of how we work together in this dance. So that's the world of all those benefits, is because it brings so much of what you are not, which can also be a double-edged sword. It can also be taxing to understand, to get along with, to play nice. And that's where this question really lands home. Where do women actually fit in to a man's life?